Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Why do some people instantly seem more attractive just by being a little less available? The secret lies in one of the most powerful psychological principles of attraction: scarcity. In this video, we'll break down exactly why being rare raises your value in dating and how you can apply it in your own life without playing toxic games. Chapter 1. The Psychology of Scarcity. Have you ever wondered why the things we can't have are often the things we want the most? It's not a coincidence. It's a powerful psychological principle that quietly governs our desires, from the products we buy to the people we fall for. At its core, scarcity works because our brains are hardwired from evolution to value what's limited. For our ancestors, a scarce resource could mean survival. That instinct to prioritize the rare is still deeply embedded in our modern minds. When something is abundant, we take it for granted, but when it's rare, it suddenly feels precious. This isn't just logic, it's a gut-level reaction. Psychologists call this reactance, an emotional response to limitations that threaten our freedom. When you're told you can't have something, your brain's immediate reaction is to want it more. We see this principle exploited in marketing every day. Think about limited edition sneakers that sell out in minutes and then reappear on resale sites for 10 times the price. The value isn't just in the shoe, but in its rarity. Or consider the frenzy for concert tickets. The moment they're sold out, people want them even more. This is the fear of missing out, or FOMO, in action. It's the same reason a limited time offer makes a burger seem like a must-have, or why an exclusive club with a velvet rope seems more alluring than the bar next door. The barrier to entry creates the perception of high value. Now here's where it gets interesting. This exact same psychological dynamic is a fundamental force in dating and attraction. The principles that make a sneaker desirable can also make a person irresistible. And the biggest mistake many people make is positioning themselves as the opposite of scarce, perpetually available. When you're always available, you inadvertently send a signal of low demand, replying to texts within seconds, always being free for a last-minute date, clearing your schedule at a moment's notice. While these actions might come from a place of genuine interest, the message they often convey is, "I have nothing else going on, my time isn't valuable." This abundance of availability removes all tension and mystery. It makes the interaction feel common and predictable. There's no thrill of the chase because there is no chase. Conversely, when you are selective with your time and attention, you become a scarce commodity. This isn't about playing hard to get or manufacturing fake busyness. It's about having a rich, fulfilling life. It's about investing in your career, nurturing your friendships, and pursuing hobbies that light you up. When you have a life you love, your availability naturally becomes limited. You can't drop everything for a last-minute plan because you already have plans. You become the exclusive club, not the bar with no line. This selectivity communicates high self-worth and confidence. It makes the time someone gets with you feel earned, special, and far more significant. Chapter 2. Scarcity and perceived value in relationships. Let's begin with a fundamental principle that governs not just economics, but human connection itself. Scarcity creates perceived value. Think about it. Diamonds are not inherently more useful than water, but their rarity makes them immensely valuable. Limited edition art, vintage cars, front row seats, their desirability is magnified because they are not easily obtained. This same principle applies to the most valuable resource you possess: your time and your attention. When you don't give your attention away freely and indiscriminately, the attention you do choose to give becomes a powerful, memorable gift. It feels special because it is scarce. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human psychology and, more importantly, respecting your own life and energy. When you are perpetually available, you inadvertently signal that your time isn't occupied by anything else of importance. This over-availability, while often stemming from a good-natured desire to be responsive, can paradoxically lower your perceived value in the eyes of others. It removes the thrill of the chase, the excitement of anticipation, and the satisfaction of earning someone's focus. Your attention becomes commonplace, expected, and ultimately less appreciated. It becomes like tap water, always there, so no one ever feels particularly grateful for a glass. What you want is for your attention to be like a cool drink on a hot day, refreshing, desired, and savored. To make this concrete, imagine two people texting. Person A replies instantly to every single message. A notification comes in, and within seconds, they've sent a reply. If a few minutes pass without a response, they might send a follow-up. Did you get my last message? Or a simple, their response time is immediate. Their availability is total. While they might think this shows they are keen and interested, the underlying message it sends is one of neediness. It creates a subtle pressure on the other person and makes the interaction feel less like a relaxed exchange and more like an obligation. Now consider person B. They see the message, but they're in the middle of a workout, engrossed in a book, or having dinner with friends. They don't drop everything to reply. Instead, they finish what they're doing, and then, when they have a moment of genuine free time, they craft a thoughtful response. Their reply might come an hour later or even the next morning, but when it arrives, it's engaging. It asks questions. It contributes to the conversation. Person B's attention feels more valuable precisely because it's not guaranteed. It's a conscious choice. The delay creates a space for anticipation and wonder, making the eventual connection more rewarding. Now, it is crucial to understand the difference between authentic scarcity and manipulation. This is not about playing hard to get or deliberately waiting 3 hours to text back to create artificial tension. That's a game, and games are built on insecurity. People can sense when they're being manipulated. Authentic scarcity, on the other hand, isn't a strategy. It's a byproduct of a fulfilling life. Your time and attention are genuinely scarce because you are busy investing in yourself, your career, your hobbies, your friendships, your personal growth. You aren't pretending to be busy, you're building a life you love. The goal isn't to be unavailable. It's to be so engaged with your own life that your availability becomes a deliberate and cherished choice. Chapter 3. The role of selectiveness. Scarcity doesn't mean being unavailable. It means being selective. This shows you have standards, self-respect, and options. At a party, one person flirts with everyone in the room. Another only connects deeply with 1 or 2 people. Who seems more intriguing? The one who chooses carefully. Chapter 4. Scarcity versus playing games. A scarcity works when it's authentic, not manipulative. Constantly ignoring someone or disappearing to create fake scarcity often backfires. People can sense when they're being played. Not answering texts for 3 days just to seem busy is toxic. But genuinely having a full life, hobbies, friends, and goals, that's natural scarcity. Chapter 5. Scarcity and confidence. Being scarce reflects confidence. It says, I don't need constant validation. I know my worth. This confidence is magnetic. Someone who turns down a date because they already have plans doesn't seem rude. They seem like they have a rich life, and that makes them attractive. Chapter 6. Real-life applications of scarcity. So how do you apply scarcity in dating? Don't overtext. Value your words. Keep your calendar full. Prioritize your passions and friendships. Be selective with who you spend time with. Say no. Boundaries are powerful. Instead of canceling your gym session every time someone calls, keep your commitment. It shows discipline and self-respect, which raises your value. Chapter 7. The balance between scarcity and availability. Too much scarcity can backfire. If you're never available, people stop trying. The key is balance, being present enough to build a connection while maintaining your individuality. If you see someone once a week, that scarcity builds anticipation. But if you disappear for months, the spark fades. Chapter 8. How scarcity raises long-term value. Scarcity doesn't just attract, it sustains relationships. Over time, people who maintain independence, goals, and boundaries remain attractive. A partner who always has personal projects, hobbies, or goals continues to spark curiosity and admiration years into a relationship. As we conclude, let's solidify the core principle we've explored. Scarcity in dating is not a game of manipulation. It's a profound psychological realignment. It's about moving beyond the superficial tactic of being less available and embracing the deep foundational work of valuing yourself so intensely that others must follow suit. The old adage holds an undeniable truth. What is rare is desired, and what is common is often overlooked. This isn't about arrogance, it's about recognizing your inherent worth. Artificial scarcity is leaving a message on read while you anxiously stare at the screen. It's a hollow performance. Authentic scarcity is not replying because you were completely absorbed in a challenging workout, lost in creating something beautiful, or engaged in a captivating conversation. The first is a tactic. The second is a reflection of a rich, multifaceted life. Your time and attention become genuinely limited resources because they are allocated to things that bring you joy, growth, and fulfillment. When you truly invest in yourself, you are crafting a limited edition masterpiece. You are not a mass-produced item on a clearance rack. This investment takes many forms. Intellectually, it's devouring books that expand your mind or learning a skill that makes you more capable. Physically, it's sculpting your body not for external approval, but for the strength and vitality it gives you. Socially and emotionally, it's cultivating deep friendships that nourish your soul, so you never approach romance from a place of loneliness or desperation. By doing this, you cease to be a supporting character waiting for a text. You become the magnetic protagonist of your own epic. Your life becomes the main event, and your presence, when you choose to share it, is an invitation into a world that is already vibrant and complete. People are not drawn to emptiness. They are drawn to an abundance of energy, passion, and purpose. This entire philosophy hinges on a crucial mindset shift, from chasing to attracting. The chaser operates from a place of lack, believing they must pursue and convince. The attractor operates from a place of abundance. They focus on building their own empire of self-worth, knowing the right people will be drawn to the light they emit. Your goal is not to trap a butterfly in a net. It's to cultivate a garden so beautiful that butterflies willingly come to you. This approach is not only more effective, but it's also infinitely more empowering. It places the locus of control firmly back in your hands, where it belongs. This is the sustainable path to not just finding, but keeping powerful attraction. If this deep dive into the psychology of scarcity has resonated with you, and you're ready to stop being an option and start becoming the prize, then show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who is tired of playing games and is ready to build genuine, unshakable self-worth. And most importantly, subscribe to Dark Love Psychology and ring that notification bell. In our upcoming videos, we'll dissect even more powerful concepts, from the subtle art of maintaining mystique to the psychological triggers that create deep, lasting bonds. We are building a community dedicated to mastering the complex dynamics of human connection. Now, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one way you plan to invest in yourself this week. Is it a book you'll start, a class you'll sign up for, or a boundary you'll finally set? Let's inspire one another. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, the most powerful tool in the art of attraction isn't a clever line or a calculated move. It's a life well lived. Now go out and build yours. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.